19th of May, 2023, 503 videos, YouTube shorts and podcast episodes, solo and with guests in London, in Vietnam, in Bali, in Australia, in Paris, in Rome. What a journey it's been. And yet it all leads full circle right back to the topic that started it all: self-respect. Self-respect is the act in which you do what is right for you, regardless of the discomfort, the fear, the time, or energy taken to do so. It is the act of leading through discipline and self-truth for the better outcome of yourself. Self-respect often is misunderstood through the lens of sleeping with people and the clothes you wear and your hygiene and the job you work and the way your life's set up, which they're all factors in it, of course. Substances you take, medication, your health, disease management, all those factors. But self-respect is the act in which you do right for you, regardless of the discomfort, the fear, and the time and energy taken to do so. It's the act of leading through discipline and self-truth for the better outcome of yourself. Everyone's definition of words are different. My definition of discipline, to better define self-respect, is the act of doing without the consideration of feelings. We are so drawn towards doing based on what we feel. I can't be bothered. I'm tired. I'm not motivated. I'm not interested. It's hard, it's awkward, it's uncomfortable. I'm excited. It's always based on how we feel. And yet doing exactly that is what has led you to living a life of what you don't want it to feel like. What a paradox. Doing what you feel allows you to be in a position of living a life that you don't like the feeling of. Yet in doing what you don't want to do, hard things, leaning into doing hard things, it allows you to live a life that feels exactly how you would want it to feel like. Over the 8 years I've been coaching and 3 years now, almost, that I've been podcasting, self-respect and hard things are the two most impactful factors of anyone that is doing well, feels aligned, is happy in life, is living through an experience that holds no regret. One that they dream to live. Those two things, self-respect and doing hard things. A life lived, future self. Future self is the name of this podcast. It is the name of my coaching brand. It is the name of the retreats that I am about to run. Future self. A life lived, future self, the inevitable, the needed to be done, uncomfortable and impactful choices that lead to a better or more thriving life for your future version. I really think in the idea of future self, I have found something so fucking amazing. Having worked out at 24 years old, doing hard things, on the other side of doing hard things is the life you dream to live, and living my life through self-respect whilst looking after my future version. Those three dynamics and things have unlocked something for me and allows me to help guide so many individuals to the life they dream to live. Yet they're not complex. They're just hard to do. And I've stumbled on all three. I've integrated all three into my own personal life. And it is all three factors that I teach and guide people to understand, to accept, to become friends with, and to live their life through based on how I feel. There are so many people that live purely just based on how they feel. Almost all the clients I work with initially got to the position they're in because they lived a life based on how they feel. And thank fuck they're individuals that have realized that, because now they're doing something about it. Yet there's so many people that only ever do what they feel and they're doing nothing about it. They're still avoiding, they're still ignoring, they're still going MIA, they're still sweeping things under the rug. Doing hard things changes your life. You lack confidence? Do hard things. You self-bash? Go do hard things. Your health is declining? Go do hard things. You're not inspired. You're not excited in life. Go do hard things. You're flat. Your lifestyle factor depressed. You're not driven. Go do hard things. You struggle having good relationships and deep friendships. Go do hard things. Doing hard things is the answer to so many problems, troubles, personality flaws. So many answers are solved by leaning into doing hard things. There has been such an abundance in my world of future self and coaching recently of so many humans that are doing hard things. And in doing so, they've realized that the life they dream to live is right on the other side. Do a hard thing for a month. The life you dream to live is on the other side of that experience. Do a hard thing for 6 months. Do hard things, multiple, for months. The life you dream to live is on the other side of that experience. My own journey of running, facing my fear, lifting weights, eating clean food, working big weeks, building a social media brand, putting myself out there, being vulnerable, being willing is all built on the act of doing hard things. And in doing hard things, I show up for my future self. And by showing up through my future self, through the acts of discipline, the life I dream to live is what I live. It's not a dream. It's not a goal. It's not a one day. It's a now. It's a here. It's a what I wake up to every single day. The really difficult factor of doing hard things is that it's hard. But everything in life is hard. There's either a hard we choose or a hard we're given. And we have spoken about this topic on more episodes on this Future Self podcast channel than anything. Anything. Hard is unavoidable. You can't outrun it. You can't escape it. The best analogy I give clients, friends, and those that follow my social media is the taxman analogy. You can't outrun the taxman. You either pay little deposits of money over the year, showing up for your future self, having the bill paid, so come the end of the year, you're not dealt a massive bill. Or you do the direct opposite. You lack showing up for your future self. You act very selfishly and you're met with an absolute bill that is just a mountain of oh fuck. Can't avoid your taxes. One person did it over the year, little deposits, insignificant efforts, consistently. One person tried to outrun it, tried to avoid it, tried to escape it, and was met with an absolute monstrous compounded with interest pile of tax that they still have to pay. Now, to turn that taxman analogy into a real world analogy, giving up smoking is so difficult because of the withdrawals, but it ain't going to be more difficult than the taxman when he comes knocking and you have diseases or severely poor health or your lifespan is reduced from doing so. It is really hard to exercise for a healthy heart. Pay your deposits, you avoid heart disease, a reduced lifespan, struggling to just navigate a normal day because of health. Again, hard is unavoidable. You can't outrun the tax. You either pay it or you get fucking smacked with a compounded interest version. Self-respect is built the fastest through doing physical things. That is why I coach self-respect through the vessel of fitness. Because how you show up for your body and health is a one-to-one showcase of self-respect. So we need self-respect plus discipline to live a better life for our future self. The best way to obtain self-respect is by doing physically hard things. That is why all of the coaching and the approach I have in my world is through the vessel of health and fitness, regardless of the goal. If you're trying to gain self-respect, you're going through a physical journey as being part of the journey that you're undertaking, because doing physical hard things is the fastest way to gain self-respect, elevated self-perception, and knowing that you're respecting yourself. There is nothing more respectful than doing hard things in the name of your health and fitness. I woke up today at 4:30. I went for a 2-hour bike ride, 50 kilometers. Road was wet. No one was out. Pitch black. Physical thing allowed me to gain self-respect. Self-respect is not a positive affirmation in the mirror. It is not looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I respect you, guy. Guy, you live a life of respect. You need to stack evidence to showcase that you are who you say you are, and getting self-respect is obtained the fastest through doing physical things. It's so hard being in my position on the other side of having done hard things. It's actually really difficult because all I do is sit here and try and work out ways in which I can insight you that doing hard things is worthwhile. That the other side of the hard thing you're avoiding is the life you dream to live. That stacking and compounding enough difficult, hard things brings an abundance of magic in your life. How the hell do I convince you of that? How do I get someone who has avoided doing hard things their whole life to start doing hard things when the reason they were avoiding them initially is because it's hard? This brings us to the point of pain points. And it's the saddest thing I experience as a coach. Often, the reason in which people start working on self-respect and doing hard things and operating through discipline is because the pain point pushes too far. They get the health disease. They're struggling mentally. They're lacking with the lowest confidence possible. They're losing relationships. They get sacked from their job. They get evicted from their home. They get a massive health flag warning from the doctor. A blood test comes back with awful data and numbers. Yet all of that could have been avoided by doing the work you were avoiding and putting off. It's like when you see a person who is in hospital because of smoking, because of a disease they've now obtained through the act of their actions. They could have avoided that by doing the hard thing. Yet now they're doing the hard thing because they have to, with also the repercussion. Things aren't always that drastic though. It's not always about big diseases. It's about your mental health. It's about your experience in life. It's about being excited. It's about feeling good about yourself. It's about liking who you are. Living a life where you hate who you are. You do the bare minimum. You dread the days. You sit on your phone. You can't wait to get to bed. What's the fucking point of keeping yourself in that position if all you need to do to feel happy, proud, grateful, excited, motivated, interested is doing hard things? I need someone to prove me wrong that doing hard things doesn't significantly impact your life for the better. Doing the thing you're avoiding significantly will impact your life for the better. Not putting the task off any longer will significantly impact your life for the better. Hard things is the hardest thing to do because they're hard, but it is the most impactful. It is the thing that is going to move you from A to B. The person you are now to the person you dream to be. It is what is going to close the gap. The only thing that's going to close the gap between A you and B you is doing hard things, showing up for your future self, and operating through discipline, which is the act of doing what needs to be done without the consideration of how you feel. I don't give a fuck if you're tired, you're sad, you're unmotivated. On the other side of doing the hard thing, regardless of how you feel, is the opposing feeling. So full circle, back in the solo pod, 504 episodes or 504 posts deep. Not sure how many of those are episodes compared to YouTube Shorts. 3 years. We ain't stopping. I would like to say we ain't slowing down, but we definitely did slow down relatively recently, which is a conversation for another point in time. But I'm bringing you future self short thought dumps. I don't know what I'll call it yet, because there's too much significant impact in the work that I do with coaching to gatekeep it only to a handful of people. So this is a gift to you in which people have to invest a lot of time and energy into when we work one-to-one. And I'm just giving it to you on a YouTube video. So thank you for tuning in. 1 episode or 2 episodes a week. Any topic you want covered, talked about, or highlighted, drop it in a comment below. So if you're on Spotify, duck over to YouTube, drop that comment, because I want to cover all the topics you're struggling with, you're interested in, or you're curious about my take, because my take is different to another person's take. Could be the take that ultimately changes your life forever. But this is the Future Self podcast. This is a new era we are entering into, and I fucking can't wait. So I'll see you in the next one.